Interesting to get a Templar Assassin this point in the draft, though. This is that type of hero you like to save, right? It's kind of well, ironically, is another assassin to be named here, coup de grace, your reveal right at the end to surprise someone, to take them by surprise. But coming out this early, is this to try and counter maybe the drown lane if they stick it mid?
It could be. It's definitely very strong against Drow, because you want to avoid having a hero against you that can remove your shield rapidly. And that is not Drow for sure. But I'm not sure. Maybe they have something else that they want to. I always like to keep one support a bit later. That way you have more variety in your countering. So maybe they just want to keep the support a bit longer.
Disruptor. Okay. Well, there's Empire revealing it. Like, the Disruptor's actually been coming back in popularity, I've noticed, right? It's this hero that it was actually quite weird, because I want to say like a few months ago, it even kind of fell out of favor in China, which is a region that for years had revered this hero as like one of the best supports in the game and definitely worth a pickup. But he seems to be creeping back in. I think like the way to define this guy that makes him so amazing all the time is when you're playing like these kind of supports that can easily just get blown up in the mid-late game. Any support that can quickly blow his load so easily is of more value, right? And the fact that you can just run in, drop a static storm and kinetic field and die, you're like, okay, I've already had my impact in this fight. It doesn't matter what happens to me next.
Yeah. They have to do pretty well in laning phase here, though, I think. Like, they have very, very good catch. But other than that, like, their push is kind of mediocre. They don't have a lot of burst. Like, they have Centaur, which takes a lot, and when TA has Blink Deso, she can start picking off supports. But I don't feel like they have a lot of, like, good proper burst to take down course, especially something like a Kunkka. When he gets that Rumbout buff up too.
That's true, and also it's the way that Magic Hands could commit to earlier pushes right now, right? Your Drow can be off farming. With the Kunkka, they can look to gank and actually take down the tier 1s quickly if they can get maybe an offlaner that ramps that up, such as a Beastmaster or a Brew. But the other thing to look at is not just the boat buff, but you're talking about a lineup that actually has a Witch Doctor, and people seem to forget this hero is actually pretty potent with the Voodoo Restoration.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at the mid Kunkka now for sure, right? The torrent for the shield, and then we have Safe Lane Drive.
Yeah, most people usually forget. Like, actually, the reason Kunkka's good against TA is because it's 10 instances of damage on the torrent. So if you hit the torrent, the shield is guaranteed to be pretty scary.
Yeah, and also the X mark is really good, both against all these spells they have to run away, but also as a defensive spell against Glimpse. You can X-mark someone as they get glimpsed, and then X-mark them back as soon as they are teleported back.
That's true. And then the other thing is actually how easily they can set up ganks onto the mid lane because they have access to that Shaker. I feel like the TA is going to have a rough game.
True. You're going to need a pretty self-sufficient offlaner, though, to allow that Earthshaker to roam.
That's true. But we do see a lot of teams prioritize that, right? Like, the whole benefit of picking up the Shaker is he's one of few heroes that can gank mid still. And with the Scream of a Seb, we've seen Enchantress be picking up. Okay. This is an interesting one that fell off the side of the mountain for a while and then started to creep back in. Mainly it's a flavor pick for people like No-Tail, especially because of the buff to enchant. I'm not sure. What's the focus here? I don't know if you can enchant. No, you can't enchant to get anything off here, actually.
I'm not sure. The slow isn't that great either. She doesn't have a lot of damage instances for TA. I'm not sure what her strength actually lies in here. She's pretty squishy.
Maybe early pushes? That's the only thing that strikes me here is we said someone that can maybe push towers, and you could go for this creep domination build, right? And then with your heal plus the Witch Doctors, you can keep pushing, but...
True. Yeah, you'd have some creeps. You have Sustain with Witch Doctor heal. You have fairly good team fight with Earthshaker and Kunkka. She's gonna be in a bit of danger top, though, against this Juggernaut Disruptor lane. Yeah. Like, her HP, starting HP is pretty low. And I don't think you even skill her Q anymore, I think.
I think if you get caught out a tiny bit here, you die at level 2, right? Like, that'll be Disruptor with a point in Kinetic Field and then also his Thunderstrike, and then Jug just spins you down. Yeah, I think you're right. Like you're saying she's just going to skip points into her enchant, right? Like it doesn't seem like it's going to have much value. Unless maybe you look over the side and you see like a very valuable creep such as a satyr.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant the passive.
Oh, the passive.
The untouchable.
Although Disruptor will
especially against.
He'll trade pretty well with you, right? Because you don't have much health, you don't have much armor. But yeah, at the same time, the Juggernaut is just gonna spin through you. He doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, and even Disruptor's Q does pretty decent magic damage, so he's still gonna trade better, I think. It's gonna be a rough lane, even while Earthshaker is up there. It's pretty hard to do anything as an Earthshaker against the Juggernaut, because if you go up to him, he just spins you down, and if you don't go up to him, then Juggernaut just farms.
It's true. It just looks like the draft is focused on buy time for Drow. Like, screw how everything else goes for us, we just want Drow to succeed. So I guess they'll look to just start rotating pretty early compared to Empire's side, who can afford to farm more across their course. All right, so we're in. Nice, straight away pause.
Is this common? A double stout shield opening on center?
I don't feel like that is, actually. Usually you'd see, what, the Tango, Stout, Mango, South.
Do you think that means they're going to try to creep skip between the tier 1 and 2 towers?
That's definitely the play. Like, typically what you want to do as the offlaner, right, is you want to, like, double stack the wave and then just go and cut in between the towers. That's what we see almost all the time now. If you can get away with it. In fairness, you could against this lineup. I don't feel like they're going to kill a Centaur if he does that. They don't have the damage. Maybe with Maledict and a lot of right clicks.
Yeah. I mean, Maledict is pretty good against that, because you amplify all the damage from all those creeps, in addition to your own.
True. But maybe that's why they went for the double stack. It's like, look, I know they're going to try this. I know they're going to try and push on me and harass me as soon as make that play. We have to make that play. At the same time, of course, the side of Magic Hands do have a beneficial advantage on any one of the lanes with the fissure blocks they can apply. And with the boots and the Clarity Star, he'll probably look to do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll do it for the mid or Enchantress, though.
Looks like he's going for a bottom right now.
Yeah.
So are they going for a first blood bottom?
I don't know if they can, because the problem is, do you want to have Tidebringer level 1? It's a little bit extra harass, and it guarantees you can get the range creep versus like Torrent play. But you do have Maledict, so I think maybe you just leave Kunkka mid. You could just leave Drow alone top, because you know they're going to invade with that potent combo, the Centaur, Shadow Demon, and then try and contest bot. But even if you do that, you're against the Jug, right? Like, that's never going to be the kill, so you have to somehow find King R out of position. I think they just try and like secure as many runes as possible. I don't think they can actually look for a kill.
I know. That Witch Doctor movement was a bit strange. I'm not sure what he's doing now.
He went top and then he's waiting here. And I mean, I guess he's like, they got the ward down, so they're expecting to see a ward being placed in response, but no one's bothering.
Sentry ready.
Yeah, but they didn't actually bring, like, they haven't got a ward for their mid. TA doesn't have a ward at all.
Nope.
Which is somewhat surprising. I mean, if you get caught down the river, you can easily get line torrented by the Kunkka.
They actually only bought one ward on Radiant.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then there's two wards been picked up by Dire. No, I think it's just a ward and a sentry.
Yeah. Okay, so Radiant got 2, and they're gonna get a 3rd one. Seems like Magic Hands didn't even look on the other side of the river.
I'm surprised he didn't actually go have a little peek. I mean, honestly, maybe you're scared of... Yeah, I get that you're scared of the Jug, and if he gets Blade Fury on you, you lose most of your health, but...
Did you see that? The Disruptor just denied bottom bounty rune.
Wait, he... What?
He denied it.
He did?
He thought... Yeah. He must have thought that someone's hiding around the corner or something.
Okay. You know, that's one way to wake you up in the morning. Just come in and go, King Art, what was that? Well, they're not called meme pie for nothing. So, this lane... In the mid lane, I expect this to actually be slightly Kunkka favored to begin with. And then, what, like, ground level 4 TA can keep up. There's always kill threat for Kunkka at 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's off to a good start. 7-0 to TA 0-0. Obviously, there's still a lot of dire creeps there, so she can still catch up.
Yeah, she's got double range pushing in.
Another pause.
Yeah, these guys seem to have... wait, was it... I think it was Empire with the connection issues before. They're taking it in turns. That's good. That's good. Okay, this game will end up being a 2-hour game, mainly because 80% of the content was pauses.
Amazing. Well, we'll have a lot to talk about then.
It's the new meta, Sanders. Have you not seen this meta? It's the I'm going to get you to disconnect because you're bored meta.
Well, there's a surprising lack of chat wheel commands so far.
Yeah, I guess these... I don't know. I don't know how popular this is in the CIS region other than VP. Most teams... Well, at the same time, like, these are tier 2, tier 3 teams, right? Like, you know, the hardships of that scene, Sanders. Can they afford the compendium? Can they afford their battle pass levels?
Well, they can certainly afford some immortals on their heroes.
That's from a long time ago, right? Back when some of these players were more relevant. Alright,
Wow,
hard times in Dota, Sanders. Oh, no. Chantress? She's going to go down here. Juggernaut chasing on the tower. The heal's going to get him, but no. He needed one more to have Dream. He needs to actually get out of here right now. The heal's going to keep her alive. And Dream, he's going to go down. The Fissure slams into his face and caves his skull in. That was... I mean, that was a little bit too close for comfort, though. And
yeah. But even if you get that kill there, it's not that bad for Enchantress. She wouldn't have lost that many lost hits. She could just TP back, and you'd have taken all of the HP of Juggernaut.
That's true.
Then you have more space. So it seemed like a bit of a risky play.
A little bit greedy from Dream, pays the price, and gives another lead to an Enchantress, which is not really a hero you want to be given that sort of lead to.
No, definitely not. She's holding 2 skill points too, because she just got 1 level of enchant.
Yeah, 2 points in the heal. And she has 63 damage, so King R's going to trade good for now, but he has to be careful, especially now that he's picked up the enchant. I haven't talked about the Drow, who isn't off to a great start. I mean, it's this hero that doesn't typically get the easiest last hits in the first few levels. But
her job is just to survive until level 6 and then go jungle.
Exactly. But the Centaur can actually ramp up aggression in his lane with the Shadow Demon around like level 4, right? Like they can actually look for kills if you poke and prod and give a few levels into the retaliate.
Centaur's also holding a skill point, although he's almost level 3.
I feel like we're seeing more. Like I don't feel like we see holding of skill points that often. Like in this one game already, we've got 2 heroes regularly holding those points.
I would think that you get stun on Centaur, especially when you have a setup with Shadow Demon, but maybe he just wants the possible extra damage with Double Edge.
True. Poison being thrown out to Mantis.
Surprised to not see a stick on these dire top heroes.
Oh. Meanwhile, in the bot lane. Wow. Okay, Magic Hand's actually stomping Empire in this bot lane. And I think to the point with the top lane is obviously you don't get those stick charges unless you can see the target, right? And Seiyu's been playing in the dark the whole time. In fact, look how many stacks on Mantis. If he had level 3, that's a dead Witch Doctor.
Yep.
Very cool. Kodos almost sniping the Courier casually. Gotta love how side blades interact with the Courier. You ever have that, Sanders, where you like you just casually bring out the Courier and it dies to splash effect, should we say?
Luckily, I almost never play mid, so I very rarely get to use the Courier before it's flying. So I haven't had it happen to me.
So wholesome. A little bit of train going on. Seiyu did almost die there. They couldn't quite chase him down. Once they have a second point in Frost Arrows, they can, but I don't know if that's the way you want to go here. You probably want to point in Gust as this Drow Ranger, right?
Yeah, possibly. It's certainly good against the Centaur when it gets close. But if you get banished anyways, I don't think you can get the Gust up before the stun lands, because you have a slight cast animation.
That's true. But then between the two of you, you have ways of covering each other, right? Like, they jump the Witch Doctor, you can Gust. You get jumped, the Witch Doctor does have the cask.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When he has mana, at least, which is not the case right now. And his salve got cancelled. Time for Witch Doctor to walk back to base.
Shrine's up in 15 seconds, though. You could consider that, although he would use it solo.
Aramis is here with an Invis rune. He's actually waiting for the runes to spawn. And he should be able to get them with Fissure, but the problem is he might give his life. He's not careful.
Probably just try to steal it without...
Oh, he actually got it. Okay. So 2 runes apiece. They actually chase down on a Mantis right now. Madden moves in. Stomp's going to be there. And there's with the Retaliate, he's able to get the kill. In fact, Aramis decided to TP up here. That's... I wouldn't
I'm
suggest
surprised
that.
he didn't cancel after he died.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to come up here and do what? Just exist. Even if they cut off the centaur, with boots level 4 and 2 stout shields, I don't know if they can kill him.
I don't think so. At least not with those two heroes. Earthshaker doesn't have that much burst damage unless he gets a very good Echo Stomp.
Good news for Empire is that Kodos has started to build a lead. Kunkka is not keeping up anymore. I mean, he's fallen behind in terms of denies, so he's tried to supplement his farm with a little bit in the jungle.
He's almost a full level behind. The net worth isn't that different, but the level advantage is getting a bit out of control.
It's a bit concerning as well. This is the type of lane that's potency on both sides. You need that 6, which he now has. But with these traps in place, with that control now there, even if you throw out a boat, if those traps get triggered, you don't have the follow-up to kill off the TA. Slightly problematic. And even Enchantress, who had a pretty dominant start, and there was a few clumsy mistakes from Dream, he's now ahead in terms of CS.
Yeah. But Enchantress is still ahead in net worth. Not by much, just like 60 gold. Both carries kind of suffering. Drow is 6th in net worth.
It's not a fun game to beat Drow right now. You're just praying for a quick 6, but you just look at the level. There's actually almost a full level advantage for Madden, 1 level ahead. And that won't slow down. I think even it gets worse. Once you get like 6, you can just plow into Drow and kill her off. I think that's worth the Stampede as well. They might actually just find Mantis here. Just stop him from cutting across these creeps. You can't hang around. There's always this threat of Seiyu just grabbing one of them disruption. In the meantime, there's a disruption in the bot lane. Disruptor, in fact, as they do get a kill onto Lil Sorry.
Yeah, that catches Juggernaut up, and they now have all 3 in the top 3 in net worth. The 3 cores of Radiant.
Empire, despite what was looking like a little bit of a shaky start, trying to solidify themselves, and the draft plan not really working out for Magic Hands so far. They're going to need some answers soon, because if the lanes continue like this, they're going to fall behind too much.
But I feel like this is what they kind of had to do on Team Empire. They needed this early lead in order to utilize all their catch for the mid game. Whenever you lane against the Drow Ranger, you kind of want to win that lane.
Him on the bot lane, a little bit of pressure again. They failed to actually net a kill in his Dream, though, and he can back away for the Shrine usage. Yeah, it is this type... Like, you looked at the lineup, like, okay, there needs to be some ramp up because Magic Hands are going to try and aggress you in the mid game and cover the Drow's farm. At the same time, you have a Templar Assassin. If you're going in the mid game and you're not able to actually get ahead and push your opponents, you feel like it's a wasted pick.
True.
Definitely a hero aimed at that kind of power spike in the mid game. Or at least once you have level 6 and have these totally balanced and reasonable traps.
Lil has caught a catapult bottom, and they're starting to put on some pressure. Juggernaut has 6.
Oh, glimpse.
Looks like they're going for a kill.
Spin's going to come out. Fissure blocks them off, though. Dream moving around now onto the Enchantress. They'll just back away, though. And Drow was here. It's a good thing Jug did not hard commit there, or there would have been problems in the future for him.
Not a good sign that she's rotating bottom before she even has 6. Looks like she's going to try to get her 6 here.
It should be obvious to Madden in the top as well, because like there's no one here. Or Maiden, rather.
That puts Mantis in a very dangerous position, though. I'm surprised they don't just ult and kill him. Yes, he doesn't have Disruptor here right now. I mean, Shadow Demon.
Yeah,
Getting
also...
confused by this disruption spell.
It's okay. Just, you know, it keeps you on your toes. Oh, Dream.
Oh.
He has a dream of killing his Witch Doctor, but Creeps will put an end to that dream. Might try and push him with this wave, though. How many... Yeah, they've got 13 stats to retaliate. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, King R gets dove. Well, there's one of the...
should be a dead tower, too.
The disrupts. This one in the bot lane dying. Yeah, they should be able to get this tower, which will open up the jungle, but I guess this is...
Oh, mid lane?
It's on par for you.
TA... Oh, she gave up.
She'll go away. He'll just TP back, X as well. That's the problem with Kunkka, is that it's just such a powerful hero, and that if you don't kill him, you get no value at all. He can just X TP. Okay, great. He spent a little bit of gold, but you wasted a lot of time. I was gonna say the big problem with like this move by Drow is you'll secure the bot tower, but it doesn't really open up the ability to go and take creeps away from your opponents. Not the creeps you want. He's just focused around his own triangle all the time.
Yep. He's by the Ancients now, though. That's always a nice place to be as level 6 Drow.
I guess it makes it harder for people to interrupt you by getting rid of that tier 1 quickly as well. They can't, like, you know, invade.
Mm-hmm. But I would assume that the top tier 1 is more important as it's closer to Roche.
That's true. Radiant advantage. Never overlook the importance of it. I think what was the win rate difference? Is it 58% win rate? I think the Haas was tweeting out about it before.
Yeah. It's always been a pretty big problem in Dota. I can't remember a time when one side didn't have more win rate than the other.
That's kind of the awkward nature of having asymmetric balancing in a game. But at the same time, it's like, what's the solution? You know, we tried moving Roche down to the bottom side. That flipped it. It didn't even it. And then you introduce another objective.
Ranger, they've smoked with Disruptor and
they've got
Centaur.
the Stampede. The problem is if she gets the Gust out, they need to put the Static Storm straight away, and they don't. Humble Mumble was trying to walk away. The Rainbow TPs begin, and Empire will look to move away. The problem is, Maiden, he's about to be hit in the face by a bolt. They're going to glimpse away the Earthshake, so get rid of one. The Torrent is there. Centaur pretty damn tanky, and Humble Mumble just going to back up. Stomp's going to come out. Kodos moving across. But Bruja needs to be a little bit careful, and there's the Stampede to just get away. They're going to plow past Mantis. The cast comes out. There's the use of the Omni Slash across. Going to get them low, but the Voodoo Restoration keeps them up, and now the Gust doesn't connect, and the Spin will come out. Dream will look to TP out, and it's a little bit too late. He will go down. That was... I think he was almost done there as well. That was, what, 0.1 second before he died?
Yeah. That must feel bad. That looked like he's super slow Omni Slash. Do you know if Enchantress's Untouchable affects Juggernaut while he's Omni Slashing?
That's what I was wondering. Because, like, in fairness, he's got... What's he got on him? He's got his crown. He's got his Wraith Band. I don't know. That might just be the right speed for him.
Could be. You can see it before, obviously, because of the way Juggernaut's ult used to work then.
Yeah.
But it almost looked like it got slowed.
It might because the way it works now, right, is it debuffs you before you begin the Omni Slash. And then it's a matter of how that interacts with Untouchable, which, of course, is going to keep potentially affecting you after you begin your ult.
Mm-hmm.
It might be that it does affect it. Although at the same time, it looked like he was being slowed even when he went across to Mantis each time.
Look at these sentries from King R. Barely missing this Observer word.
Oh no, that's so close.
Dire's vision is pretty nice. Like this entire line of just 3 Observer words. They also smoked under that word.
I mean, you would. You're like, okay, I put down 2 sentries, guys. We're clear to just go and go for a gank from here. The problem is they're going to walk straight into a choke point up against a Kunkka, against the Shaker, up against the Witch Doctor. This could be that bad for them. Disruptor's going to come out.
But they got someone on the side.
Yep, Static Storm's down, and Enchantress trying to move away. The Gust is out to protect, and we'll try and back away. The Purge coming out as well. There's the Death Ward. Kodos down to half HP already. The bow smash in his face is going to go down. They keep the Drow alive. Chase for more. King R trying to escape the Stampede, allow him to get away, but the X is going to draw Dream back. They haven't got any follow-up right now. Slowing on Madden. Going to keep him slow with that Frost Arrow, but he is one tanky horse. The Torrent won't land, but Bruja trying to move through does have the X. There's the pings coming out, but they've caught Madden again. This is probably the worst target for them to go for, as he's so damn tanky. Maybe if they get the procs with Humble Mumble, they can get the kill. But Humble Mumble is dying quicker than Centaur right now. But Bruja trying to get him low will be able to do. The drum's going to get activated. They need to back away. Seiyu trying to drag them all away. In fact, getting Humble Mumble low might be able to get the kill. Trying to do enough right-click damage as he's hit up by the Thunderstrike. And there's the glimpse back with the kinetic field. Beja should have covered his escape. Madden moving in. There's the double edge. Gets the kill. And they will actually find a kill on the King R in the meantime. Dream's going to spin, looking to escape from this. Will TP out. The Torrent draw back onto Madden means he's going to be left behind. No escape. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Final hit will come through. It's the double kill for Lil Sorry.
I would have think that went a lot better for Team Empire. They caught Enchantress at the beginning of the fight before she got to do anything. But then they just got picked off. I think he ended up with a 4 for 2 at the end there.
Yes, and 1,000 gold swing. And I think it all comes down to who's stronger in these choke points, right? Like, yeah, Empire has a lot to contribute if they have the Static Storm when everyone converges on the choke points. But as we saw, it came out really early onto that Enchantress you mentioned. And that meant that Magic Hands, they had the Fissure, they had the Gust, they had the Death Ward plus Cast, and not to mention the bow.
Yeah, and they also had to use the Stampede defensively, but they did it against a Kunkka who just X-marked someone back. And then they couldn't escape.
Yeah, he didn't even stun when he initially came back as well. It was just bought enough time that they could find another pick-off off the back of it. As you said, it should have went better for Empire. Even after Magic Hands re-engage and push them back, it's still Magic Hands that are attacking into a Centaur, right? That's the best scenario for Team Empire. And yet it just didn't matter because they used the health so well as a resource, right? It didn't matter how low they got. They just skirted the line between life and death.
Well, Empire gathering top. They got the Aegis on Templar and the Deso. So the Sealer are going to try to take some towers. Another smoke.
Yep, and look who's running straight into him. A little sorry. A little sorry he ran this way. I feel like he's feeding me a little bit. But on the positive side, Static Storm is on cooldown. Oh, Cars bouncing around. Deathward as well. Is going to get King R low enough to try and kill him off. Disruption protect for a moment, but the boat is perfectly timed to clash into his face and kill him off. 1-for-1 trade so far. Kunkka just trying to chase in. Echo Slam. Aramis hitting on the 2 right now. Going to get Dream low. Omni Slash going to come out. Bouncing between multiple heroes, but gets Humble Bumble and it gets the kill across on the Mantis as well. 4 dead on the side of Magic Hands in exchange for just 1 kill. Worthy exchange for Empire. Now they can move top. Now they can push in for this tier 2. And they have the Blink Dagger complete on the Templar Assassin. So don't be surprised if they start to just whittle away at your high ground straight after this tier 2.
That is not the kind of fight you want to have after you reveal your Blink Dagger on Earthshaker.
They just seemed so split. It seemed like there was no understanding of who they wanted to kill, right? They got caught out a little bit, and then they responded well with the cast bouncing around, but they were always just trying to rescue this Enchantress. It was never... I guess you could say they were never actually being proactive. They were just being reactionary to the moves of Empire the whole time through that fight.
Yeah. It looked like they were going to get a kill back, but the Disruption is very good at saving people.
True. Of course, they did drop him in the end. It's just how much more time was required to get that Disruptor kill because of that Disruption. And it makes all the difference just a few seconds. Aramis is guarding here. They're moving in again. Invasion incoming. He just wants to get the hell out of dodge because if he gets seen for a second, and there it is, the glimpse back, long range, and they find him. He'll throw down a fissure, but he knows he is dead. He's just trying to waste their time. 1, 2, and see you later. Empire, I think they're just hard commit here. You can see the cut of the wave, but Bruhard just looking to TP away, but they did glyph it. They'll be able to push him for this tower, and they'll probably be able to go for the tier 2 as well.
Yeah. Magic Hands does not look like they're going to defend at all. Just trying to push in top and mid best they can.
I like what Maiden's doing as well. He's making sure they can't push him mid. At the same time, like, he's sitting on his trap, right? So if anyone jumps him, they won't be able to get away. Between Stampede, how tanky he is in the trap, he'll probably kill them.
The Empire is just so ready to fight. They have the Crimson Guard ready. They have the Blink Deso and Aegis, obviously. True. And top lane.
They're making them play here. Little Sorry's a little bit too fast. That was his final drum charge, and we don't usually see people pick up the recipe to refresh the charges. That's a resource.
For an early Blackfin bar. I guess she's tired of getting caught out in these static storms over and over.
Although at the same time, like, it's this argument of, at this stage in the game, you want to be able to make a few good plays off the back of these drums, but they're already gone. They're already expended. And I don't feel like Magic Hands has necessarily got this big, powerful, worthwhile play out of it. It's just a good tanky item, sure, but you know, you look for those ganks off the back of it. Now, say you're moving forward with the Invis Rune, he's going to look for a gank. They see Humble Mumble, they pin him out. Say with the Disruption coming out, going to get him down to half HP already, going to be slowed down. Static Storm's there. Stampede chasing in, they're going to glimpse him back into a big mess, and now the Omni Slash going across on Lil Sorry alone. They're trying to protect him. He is pretty tanky. Is he tanky enough? Going to try and run away, but there's Slave Fury coming out. The Stomp as well. They have enough to bring him down. 3 dead on the side of Magic Hands, and Empire perfectly positioned, perfectly poised to take the last remaining outer tower belonging to the Dire side.
They're going to keep going. There's no buybacks on these heroes. They'll have like at least 10 seconds to hit buildings.
Got a little bit of time left on the Aegis as well. They should be able to at least get a tier 3 out of this. Taker does have the Echo Slam though, so they have to be a little bit careful. They'll scout out with those illusions to make sure they can see the Shake before he gets close enough. They didn't pop the Retaliate for this either. They're just relying on Kodos' damage and Dreams.
Kunkka coming from behind. He might get caught out here though.
They see him. Stomp's going to be there. Aegis reclaimed just in time for a kill for Bruhal. They're going to get him low. Echo Slam's trying to protect him, but it's too late. The bow, he's trying to stay alive. The armlet's there as well, but this is going to be a glimpse back into a big mess. Get him low with the Blade Fury, and he cannot escape alive. Now the trap's slowing him down. Humble Mumble, he's got the Force stuff. He needs to get away from this. Kodos chasing even deeper. Ever so deep, in fact. The Stomp's going to come up. Madden going to get him low. Gets the kill to the drown. Kodos chases more, finds Mantis, turns around for Aramis. They'll get everything, but the kitchen sink, Lil Sorry left alone in his own base. Buyback comes out from Kunkka, but the damage may overwhelm the Enchantress before he can save her life. He'll glimpse her back. And it looks like it'll be the end for the Enchantress. Blink away before Torrent can connect and Dream will spin out. Kunkka buys back for nothing in the end, and they'll just keep on pushing.
This is at least one side of Rex.
This is looking like this might be over. I mean, what have they got when they come back up? They haven't got the Echo Slam available. That's been used. They'll have everything else. But can you take a fight without the Echo at this point? With that healing ward down, I'm not sure you can. He's just supposed to get rid of the creep wave. Because you're not getting rid of the Centaur, that's for sure. Okay, you might if he beats Greek. There we go. Oh no, the cast, the X. All he had to do was Stampede straight away, but he'll be able to blink away anyway. Maiden makes it out. They're chasing on to him. They got the X again. This time he has no blink to get him out of dodge. They'll at least find something in return for that heavy investment of the melee racks they lost. But this is still looking grim. You're 12k behind the side of Empire. And I don't know where you get out on the map to make a play right now if you're Magic Hands.
It's not like, even like they scale a lot better. Like you think that, yeah, Draw can go into the jungle and catch up, but what's the end goal? You'll still have these 3 fat cores running at you with Stampedes.
And how does Kunkka find the important kills, right? Because, you know, we talked about how powerful X can be in this type of game. Well, there should be a BKB ready for the Templar Assassin. In fact, there is, and it's on its way out. Blade Fury for the Juggernaut. You can't catch the 2 most important heroes on the side of Empire.
He's off for a Halberd, which is pretty useful against the TA if you can get it off before the BKB goes up, but...
We do see it. It's more of a standard, but it's not the best of time. I think the problem with this game is like the speed at which he's getting it compared to what we used to see from the Kunkka. You know, for a while we were seeing these Kunkas who would just move across this dire triangle and farm one up quickly. But you're in a team with Drow, so she always has priority because she'll clear it in a matter of moments, and she wants to. Makes it harder for him to actually find money out on the map. Money is easy for Empire to find, though. Especially with these shrines now vulnerable to their assaults. Looks like they're just trying to force someone on Empire to go back to defend. But I don't think you care. If you're Empire, you're happy to lose a tier 2 if you can get a tier 3. Especially if it's that useless tier 2 bot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a quick Roche spawn as well. So if this assault fails, they just fall back to the Roche pit.
That was like 10-second respawn time.
Yeah. Like, Magic Hands right now are cursing the RNG gods. This is not how they want things to go. They want to be able to buy themselves 2-3 more minutes, maybe get an item or 2.
Empire seems confident though. They have the trap, they know that Roche is up, but they opted to hit buildings for a bit. Backing off now though.
They forced everyone back to the base, right? So if Magic Hands come out to deal with their Roche attempt, you know they're going to be rushing. They're not going to be necessarily organized. They're going to have to smoke and go straight away. Whereas Empire, you can see it already. Main is going to hide in this tree line. Seiyu in this one as well, and they've got the traps giving vision up here. It's actually very hard for Magic Hands to get in.
They'll have to smoke against all these traps and observer wards. Doesn't look like they can react in time.
They know it as well.
They do smoke now, but...
No, the defensive X is given away that they have no intention of doing anything about this. They might try and find Maiden, but they can't. Like, if you hard commit onto the Centaur, and even if you succeed, you throw everything at him, instantly Empire just run you through. This is the beautiful nature of the strength cores. Even strength supports, in fact, in games. They're so damn tanky, and you find yourself wasting so much of your resources on them that you don't have enough left over for the important kills. Humble Mumble at least found a DD. Interesting attempt to blink away. Kodos taking a lot of damage here. Disruption will protect him though. Oh, darn. Little sorry didn't expect that to connect, so he wasn't ready to poke away. He might have been able to get her down to about 10% HP. Gloom's back on a little sorry right now. They don't want to hard commit onto him though. Just want to try and keep relatively close to him when the refraction charges are down. Humble Mumble never came back though. He's being smart about this. He knows he can actually just TP in and he's a big threat. And I think that's partly why Empire is so reserved, right? Is that DD on the Drow they saw.
They haven't been able to, or she hasn't been able to farm much down here though. She's just waiting for runes.
Jug is coming as well. Gonna realize what's up, but the thing is, look, the line's been drawn. Jug says cut her off right now. He's gonna force stuff across though. She has a TP, so she can get out at any moment. She's just wasting their time right now. Nice little move from there. I mean, Humble Mumble was doing a good job of actually just buying his team a lot of time here.
It's true. She's also starting to catch up. Kanka's actually caught up with Centaur now. They still have to catch up quite a bit to get up to TA, but at least not all the course of Radiant is ahead anymore.
That's true. And it should be actually point out, in fairness, though, that's an abnormality. Like for you to have to say you're caught up as a core to the Centaur's network, because this is a hero that after he gets like a blink dagger, he's not really expected to farm anymore. He's just out to make plays. Like usually the big problem with Centaurs a pick right now is how long it takes him to get an axe. You laugh, but that's the reality of this hero. He's taking a pummeling right now. They're going to move in, though. Obviously, that's going to come out. Stack's almost down, but no, he goes across the creep wave. Little Story's going to be fine. They're going to move across right now and try and finish him off. The Stomp's there to spin. They get rid of him. Kodos with the BKB chase the board. The boat's going to come through, and they're going to try and drag one back, but Maiden will be able to escape. But Bruja moving in, wants to go for the torrent play. Kodos will blink away. No, Disruption to protect him. Gust mistimed, and he'll be able to blink out. Oh, Echo Slam. Aramis moving in, trying for the follow-up, but no, they're already splintered. Dream, he has the Blade Fury to escape, and they can't pursue this any further. The X will draw them back, but now trying to move in. Templar Assassin has got the Maledict on him. Gonna move forward. Little Sorry down to half HP. Aramis trying to buy enough time so he can blink away. One more second. The Glimpse back. He's gonna try and time it right. Blinks the other way. Buys enough time. Kodos looks like he's gonna tick out. Aegis has been expended. Aramis will TP back to base. He says Worth. That should stave off the aggression of Empire. Or will it?
That Shadow Demon saved so many people in that fight. I saw at least 3 disruptions that just saved someone outright.
He's more of a shadow medic than a demon. You know, demons are mischievous. Usually the ones in my pub games are mischievous, but this guy, say he knows this hero, he knows how to actually be helpful. And he's heading for an axe. I mean, he's not doing too bad either.
True.
Maiden's
disruption, demonic purge.
Well, Maiden's getting closer as well, actually. Look how close we're 27 minutes into a game. A Centaur has Blink, Crimson Guard, and almost has Ags. What did the enemy team do wrong? Oh, BKB jump in. He's disarmed, though, for a long time. Boat's going to come through, try and protect Enchantress. Static Storm's down. They spin through. A lot of damage being done. Little Sorry. He's staying alive for the moment, but maybe not for long. But Bruja, he's actually got this as well. The Glimpse back. Little Sorry healing up so much. They're going to kill the Templar Assassin out of the Stampede. Maiden. He's cut off. He has no way out. The blink in 2 seconds. Disruption to buy enough time so he can get away, and he'll be able to escape. Once again, Seiyu saving a life. Maybe not the life he was meant to, as they do lose their Templar Assassin. And, well, come get healing is all I can really say about that right there, Sanders. Like, how much did Enchantress heal through all of that?
I don't know. I wish we could see. You can see damage done in the post-game or post-fight analysis, but I don't think you can see the heal.
That was ridiculous. She looked like she should have definitely been dead, right? You got a Static Storm on her, right? And you've got the Blade Fury as well. But she's just laughing off, just being tickled.
Do you think Empire is scared now? That was a fight without an Echo Slam and without a Death Ward, and they still lost the fight.
I think if I'm sitting there as Empire right now, I'm probably more likely to sit there and say, Kodos, what WTF was that, dude? And then Kodos goes, what? And he goes, you got disarmed and blinked into them and BKB'd. And he goes, oh, that's probably a bad idea. I think if Empire maybe just learn not to initiate after they've been disarmed, they'll be okay. Like this. This is good. If he didn't X himself. But you tried, you know? At least you didn't have someone there who was disarmed and BKBing for no reason.
Still try to take a fight right now without Templar Assassin there, though. They're still feeling brave, I guess.
Hey, the original problem, Sanders, is they tried to save Kodos' life, right? If he wasn't there, no one dies. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, despite all these fights, they're still increasing their leads every minute. Up to 15k now.
Buybacks are crucial at this stage of the game. Magic Hands, like this is the big advantage that you have your Empire, right? Is you start these tier 2s up, so you can potentially afford to not have buyback and invest in the night instead. If you're Magic Hands, you 100% have to have buyback. Means that net worth lead the Empire have is even more significant. Does he guess this? Aramis is here. He's not even going to try. Things have calmed down for a moment. It looks like Empire are likely to wait for the next Roche. They're going to get their hands on all the runes, increasing their lead, probably up to 17k.
You are right.
Hey, look at that. I can do basic maths. My mother will be proud.
So what can save Magic Hands here, do you think? I don't feel like this butterfly is going to make a huge difference.
I feel like
for Drow.
Like this Drow needs at least another 10 minutes. And I'm not sure Empire's going to give you 10 minutes. You need to somehow get to level 25. You're only level 15. For comparison, your Kunkka is level 18. This Drow got stomped in the laner phase, and it just feels like she never recovered.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Empire just kept running at her in that triangle. Didn't work the first 2 times, but eventually it did, and then she just couldn't farm anymore.
It's the Soviet World War II strategy for war, right? If at first you don't succeed, throw more bodies at it, and eventually she will crumble. Smoke movement. Empire. Moving past the pit. But DD, Kodos wants to try and kill someone in one hit. Just right now he's going, guys, I bet I could kill the Witch Doctor in one hit. He might just try and kill these guys instead. They see us too. Humble Mumble goes to the TP away, but they can get back in time. Glimpse is there. Perfectly timed. King R waited until the last millisecond with that one.
That was close. The smoke broke before they saw them, but Dire saw them with the Observer Ward.
But Bruja down to half HP. BKB. Kodos going in with the DD still active. He might get him before the vote can protect him. Gonna get him low. He'll stay alive for the time being. The armlet toggles will keep him up. Buyback forced out of the Drow. At no real cost to Empire, though. It was a decently big BKB charge, but to get what is probably the biggest buyback for them out of the way, you're happy. I mean, it's not the biggest in terms of fighting, but, well, we just said a few seconds ago, the Drow is the win condition, and she's having a crap time. He just blew a bunch of cash on nothing.
Yep. And now they can just wait out until they have their ultimates up again and go again. Or even wait for Roche if they want to. They're in no rush. They're up to 20k lead now.
You don't feel good unless you get to 1k a minute. A boat coming in. This time, that's an unusual mistake. Maiden still taking a lot of damage, but he'll be annoyed. That should have been a kill. Glimpse back now on a Little Sorry, trying to heal up. Can't get heals, he says. Taking a decent amount of damage. Disarm's going to go out. Little Sorry this time around will not escape alive. And he will have to say sorry to his team. Echo Slam. Aramis trying for the turnaround. The Fisher follow-up as well. Going to get Juggernaut low. The Death Ward is there. He's dead. Kodos staying alive will be able to blink away. He got the refraction off just in time, and Maiden will cover the escape of the rest of them. They've got X available, but Bruja needs a little bit more mana. He does have it now. King R's been seen. He's got the kinetic field. He needs to throw it down. Actually does, but it's a little bit too late. They'll be able to find him and kill him off. They're maybe looking to reinitiate here. They're going to go in. Kodos with BKB goes through, but Bruja hit up by the stomp. He can't get out of this. He's going to go down. Now King R's still alive. He never went down for this in the end. The buyback comes out. King R staying alive. Stampede through. They're going to find the kill into Aramis, who I've actually been calling Aramis. It should have been Mars this whole time. I've only just realized after 33 minutes in, but we'll accept that. That's a small mistake compared to the mistakes of Magic Hands in this game.
Do you feel like they've done a lot of mistakes? I feel like they've just been out-pressured.
I think it's a bit of both, right? Like, yeah, they've been out-pressured, but that fight there is an example. You commit that heavily, knowing that you're on the edge of losing this game for a disruptor kill. Does it really feel worth it?
And that's after you've also spent all your spells trying to kill the Centaur.
And that's the problem, right? It's like, I'm fine with that defense, and I think you should be fine with just saying Disruptor gets away. Like, the fact that like they just got bloodthirsty, you know? You see this happen. I mean, I do it, but I'm not a pro player. It's the difference, right? Where you're like, oh, crap. You know, we bought back, we done this and that. We want to teach them a lesson. We want to just pummel them into the dirt. They need to learn they can't just come into our base. And Empire just learned they can actually do what they want.
Did you see that Roche timer again? I felt like that was very short.
I think it's like a minute? Minute and a half, I think.
I've certainly been lucky with it, at least. That's, is that Refresher Shard?
That is a Refresher Shard on the Centaur, yeah.
Ag's Refresher.
Who almost has a halberd, I'll also remind you. So this is, this Drow is... Let's just say, when you change over to the E-Blade, this is more like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually attack people anymore. Which he's right in thinking, funnily enough.
Yeah. Not to talk about, I mean, this is 8 seconds of 40% decrease in damage in a team fight.
True.
And you already have damage problems.
Yeah, and then there's also the thing that, you know, now what's really happening is Empire's evening the playing field, right? You've had this access to this boat and this run buff all game, and you've not been able to take these fights. What happens when Empire has that same resource at their disposal? I don't know how they fight them at that stage. You said already they lack damage, and with this E-Blade build, that doesn't really change from Humble Mumble. I mean, it's not like you've got this big nuke damage that's going to be buffed up by the E-Blade. Every lane's pushing in. Stomp's going to come out. They see a little sorry. Going to get him low right now. Static Storm's there as well. Going to try and force time away, but too late. The kinetic field came in. They're spinning through. They'll be able to get him low enough. The Blade Feud to kill him off, and now the Stampede. Chase him forward. Buyback comes out. Bruja will back up. They'll allow him to do so as well. Well, sorry, had to expend that, and now they're going to chase for BKB active on Kodos, going for this kill. He might be able to get it, but the heals are doing a lot of work. Kodos turns around, finds either kill or a Mantis. Omni slash through, Stampede as well. Echo Slam, only hit on a 1 from Mars. That's not going to be good enough. Enchantress goes down, that's a dieback. They chase through, find Humble Mumble. He's got no way to buy back into this game. Mars is going to be ran down as well, and GG will finally come out as Empire take game 1 of this best of 3. What a dominant display from Empire.
That felt... The first 2 minutes looked pretty good for Magic Hands. But then the TA got ahead, top got ahead, even bottom caught up, killed the Enchantress a couple of times, and then from there it just looked so sad.
Yeah, I mean, you say... I just chuckled a lot. I was like, the first 2 minutes looked really good for Magic Hands. Like, this was a 33-minute game. 36, sorry. 36-minute game. 2 minutes of it looking good for you, then that's not a good percentage ratio. That's not a good ratio.
Well, to be fair, they also had a couple of good fights by the Dire Ancients.
That's true.
But
if you're having a decent fight at your own Ancient, that's...
By the Shrine after you see them smoke.
It's like me going, we took a great fight in our own fountain. I wonder why.
But I think Team Empire will be pretty confident going in. But I think this is expected to, right? Magic Hands is the open qualifier team. Not everyone recognizes the names there, so I think they had a decent showing. Like they weren't getting stumped from the beginning, and their lanes were easier to pressure, I say. Like Earthshaker is pretty weak as a offlaner, like in the lane. Sure, he can roam mid and help there, but in the offlane he's pretty weak. Drow's pretty weak in the safe lane, so it's hard to get a good start in a game like that.
That's true. I guess the one way to look at it is it kind of felt as if Enchantress, who had this great start, started to feel herself a bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, it was this type of game where you had a great start, but the rest of the map was dog for you, right? And then you come out of your lane, and you think that you can do things. And then you realize very quickly, actually, it's a naive thought process because your team doesn't have the damage. You don't have the survivability because the other lanes have done well against your carries. And all of a sudden, like, you just end up feeding, which is what we kept seeing from Enchantresses every time. It's like, okay, you either escape on 1 HP or you die.
Yeah.
But that is only game 1. These are best of 3s, which means Magic Hands haven't quite had the magic handling just yet. Team Empire will have a short break, as will Magic Hands, and then we'll be back game 2 to see if Empire can reign supreme with a 2-0, or if Magic Hands can actually pull off some sort of mystical trick and come back into this. Stay tuned.